So we're talking about Colleen Ballinger. Colleen Ballinger. So let me give a few thoughts. She is an old YouTuber who made her channel on January 30th, 2008. So she's a pretty old YouTuber, like old. There isn't anything wrong with that, right? Old YouTuber really has no audience anymore. She's basically like some, you know, washed up person that honestly should just retire from the whole YouTube landscape as a whole. Now that's just my opinion. You know, we don't, I'm not gonna, say that she should just get kicked off or anything, right? That's not fair. I don't care about that, right? What I do care is the way she acts with children. If you guys haven't, I encourage you to look at the hot box and his video on Colleen Ballinger. I get all of it from him. He does a really great job of condensing information, of bringing up evidence, and ultimately making this whole like situation a lot more understandable to read because the person who did kind of like, release everything, I think he made it like not a poor effort, but he did kind of like put information in there and just kind of just left it like that. If you get what I'm trying to say, like when you put information on a board and you're just like, okay, here's all of it, right? And you're like, what the hell? What am I supposed to look at first? So I think the Hotbox does a really good job at kind of like condensing it, put it into like a nice, sweet video, so that way everybody could learn. Who are we talking? Who are we talking about? First off, it's Adam McIntyre. Adam McIntyre blew this whole case wide open and really made it so that way we know the true side of Colleen Ballinger. I'm talking like I'm some goddamn fucking documentary channel, but honestly, it's the truth. This guy has pretty much gone out of his way to say, "Hey, Colleen's a piece of shit. She basically fucking talks to minors, and she talks to a lot of minors. She even made a group chat with minors. I don't know what else to say. Minors, panties. I'm just saying words, but these are honestly the words that you can coincide with Colleen right now because the way it looks, it's that she is not a good person. She has made a group chat, like I said, with minors and has consistently made it so that way these minors are, in a sexual position. Not like physically, but almost like the questions she asks are like sexual. So they're in like this sexual state of mind. And they're all like 14, 15, and 16. Like they're not old enough to be saying any of these. Even though some states say 16 is the legal age or some like the Juliet and Romeo clause, right? Some states have that. It's still not, correct. It's still not, in any sense of the way, it should never be allowed for this stuff to happen. This whole weenies group chat, as stated by Adam McIntyre, is completely and utterly disgusting. The way she talks about it, the way she's asking questions. I think even one time she's asked about like periods or like some girl mentions periods. I was completely like dumbfounded. Like you should not be asking someone on the internet about periods. You should ask your mother, your biology teacher, a well entrusted adult with that, not some random woman who is completely like old enough to be someone's mother. That question, or she shouldn't not be asking that question. It's completely and utterly disgusting. And in one sense, she did send bras and panties to Adam McIntyre when he was 14 and 15. Like I keep saying, these are all children. These are all like teenagers. These aren't like 10-year-olds, right? Like I'm not like that doesn't give an excuse either. Like I think me saying like they're not like 10-year-olds, I'm like to say like it feels like I'm making up excuse. This is not an excuse. When you're 14, when you're 15, when you're 16, or even if you're 13, I think you're very susceptible to all of these like sexual innuendos, right? You're susceptible to more and more of these things, so that way you get portrayed. No, I said portrayed into like saying like, oh, this is comfortable. this is immediately comfortable. Talking about sexuality, showing grown-ups my, you know, like sex is fine. It's funny. Random strangers on the internet want to know about my penis. So hey, that's fine. I think it's completely stupid. And honestly, if this goes any longer, I think it's honestly just gonna be worse for her because even though I'm speaking about this like not early, not fairly early, I think, the hot box had made it like 5 days ago. So this whole news is not just 5 days ago, but it's been out for 2 weeks. Like he's Adam McIntyre made videos on it for 2 weeks, you know, and honestly, she hasn't said a damn thing. And it honestly is saying a lot. She hasn't said anything on her Twitter. She hasn't said anything on her Instagram. She hasn't said anything on any platform. And it's looking pretty rough for her. She can't just sweep this under the rug either. As many people may say, like, oh, you know what? Just like do pull a Sunny V2 and just continue uploading. This you can't upload. This you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna just walk off from the internet and just, live my life. This is something that honestly you're gonna live with your entire life. People are gonna know you from like, oh, weren't you the woman who sent bras and panties to a 14-year-old? This is something that is serious. This is something that honestly should be highly uh this is something that should be highly covered. It's something that you should be highly aware of because it's only gonna get worse from here. And she can't escape any of these allegations. If she does, it's only going to be because she has completely left the internet, deleted her channels, and gone off on all platforms. Hopefully, I'm not like truly, yeah, I think justice should be served before, anything else. But other than that, this is Colleen Ballinger, a once old YouTuber, we could like say like, oh yeah, hey, old YouTubers. But now she is just some chick who likes minors in a weird way. All right, peace.